This is the third module of the chapter Our Environment. Let us recapitulate what we have done in the second module. We had discussed lithosphere and hydrosphere in detail and also how important they are as domains of the earth. In this module, we will be focusing on atmosphere and biosphere in detail. Atmosphere. The air which surrounds the earth is called atmosphere. You all know that earth has gravitational force. So earth's gravitational pull holds the atmosphere around it. So let us know what are the constituents of atmosphere. It is a mixture of gases, water vapor and dust particles. As you can see on the slide, nitrogen is the most abundant gas constituting 78%. Oxygen constitutes 21%, carbon dioxide 0.03%, argon that is 0.90% and other gases. So let us see, the gases in the atmosphere are useful to us in various ways. Nitrogen is indirectly useful to us. Plants absorb nitrogen through soil for their growth and development. Nitrogen is required to maintain the fertility of soil. Oxygen is known as life support gas that all living beings breathe in. Carbon dioxide, it is absorbed by the plants and released by the human beings and animals. It helps plants to produce food in the presence of sunlight. It also keeps the earth warm by absorbing the heat radiated by the surface. But there is a warning. Increase in carbon dioxide in atmosphere is serious concern for atmosphere. Do you know, due to industrialization and more use of vehicles, the pollution level has increased and created the imbalance in our constituents of gases. Ozone layer. Ozone is a gas in the atmosphere that protects everything living on the earth from harmful UV rays, that is ultraviolet rays from the sun. Without the layer of ozone in the atmosphere, it would be very difficult for anything to survive on the surface. There is a hole in the ozone, that is, the layer is getting depleted due to undue pollution, cutting of trees that leads to decrease of oxygen level. On the whole, there is an imbalance in the atmosphere. So this is a matter of concern and it's a high time for all of us to take the matter seriously. So let us move towards the next domain, that is biosphere. The biosphere, bio means life and sphere means it's a layer of the planet Earth where life exists. The biosphere is one of the 4 layers that surrounds the Earth along with the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. And it is the sum of all the ecosystems. Living beings exist only in biosphere. So, I would say that biosphere is a narrow zone where land, water and air come into contact with each other for the favorable conditions of the living beings. Presence of biosphere makes the earth a unique planet. The inhabitants of biosphere are classified into two major groups, plant kingdom and animal kingdom. The biosphere is made up of distinct zones, each having its own physical and biological environment, and these are called ecosystem. Each ecosystem is formed by the interaction of all living organisms with each other and with the physical environment in which they live. For example, desert. We have a certain physical environment and corresponding living organisms, say camel, cactus. Let's talk about the ecosystem as polar area. Polar areas are having a certain physical environment and the corresponding living organisms such as polar bear and coniferous trees. So you must have understood by now that what is an ecosystem. It is formed by the interactions between all the living and non-living things. You can also get a clear picture of the pictures given on the slide, that there is a balance. As you can see that each ecosystem there is a balance between the living organisms such as human beings, plants and animals, as well as the environment. If this balance is disrupted and the ecosystem fails to function improperly, so you may think that what could be the possible reasons for this misbalance? You can see it in the picture that how there has to be a balance between the human beings, plants, the other living organisms and the physical environment. So in a simple way, I could say that there is a balance everywhere, that is a balance between the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and if we try to make an imbalance, the system is going to rebel. Man is often responsible for causing sudden ecological imbalance through activities like deforestation, polluting the atmosphere, destroying habitats, seas, lakes, and by rapid industrialization, or sometimes through the outbreak of new disease. So, you must have understood by now that there is a need to make this ecological balance. So students, let's recap what we have done in this module. We have studied about atmosphere, composition of air, importance of atmosphere, biosphere, ecosystem and ecological balance. We have assignment. The first question is, give one word for the following statements. The first one says, dash protect us from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. All energy from life comes from the dash. All animals get their food directly or indirectly from the dash. So please go through the module carefully and try to find out the answers. The next question says, write the answers for the given questions. The first one says, how is the atmosphere held around us? Describe the composition of the atmosphere. Analyze the human activities that cause ecological imbalance. And the next question says that you have to think and give the answer. The question is, how do changes in the atmospheric conditions affect our lifestyle? I repeat, how do changes in the atmospheric conditions affect our lifestyle? So we have come to an end of this module. Thank you so much.